Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Rich and Asha, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the correction and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on her training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Asha is going to come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training lesson. Now Asha is lying very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Asha heel.
Asha heel.
Now her job at this point is to stay even with your left leg, not dragging you down the street, being confident but letting you be the leader. And each time that Rich stops his feet, Asha has been taught to sit automatically to wait for her next command. If he turns, she should turn. She's always matching pace with her trainer, and when he stops moving, she sits very nicely without being told to wait for her next command. So this makes walking your dog a pleasure. Anyone should be able to walk her comfortably, and when you stop, she sits. Now the next exercise is the stay. The stay is a one-word command. Rich used the flat of his palm about an inch or so from her muzzle and the one-word firm command to stay. We recommend that you practice this exercise in your home as well as outside. This helps to develop focus and maturity. When Rich returns back to her for an additional distraction, he walks all the way around her. Everything that we do here is about confidence building, focus, maturity, paying attention. And she needed all that. She was overly attached. And now she has confidence and is a little bit more independent, which is not always a bad thing. Nice automatic sit.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in another stay. These exercises are to be integrated into your everyday living situations. Now she broke her sit, so Rich told her no. He's going to put her back into a sit. She's going to run through all the commands without us. So when she makes a mistake at home, you don't lose your temper, you don't get impatient.
Stay.
You go back and you make her repeat it until it's done correctly. Rich doesn't lose his temper, and he's calling her in, and she should come right in front and sit. Very good, and he praises her for a good job, tells her good girl, because she needs that praise, she needs that motivation. She's really gained a lot of confidence while she's been here. We're very proud of her.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in a sit stay. Your recall, she should come right in front and sit facing your knees. And that eliminates her jumping all over you. Very good. Back to heel and back sitting. Excellent. Good job. Now the next exercises that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands. And there are 2 down commands. The first one is your down at heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word firm command to down. And then Rich told her to stay. And your down stay again should be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. It's a great exercise to use while you're eating dinner or watching TV. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her again for an additional distraction. All the way back around to heel, and he praises her for a good job. And he will demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. So always have her seated first.
Stay.
Once the dogs learn the down command, they like it. Like what do dogs like to do better than lay down? Now this time, instead of returning to her, Rich calls her in. She comes in, she's wagging her tail. You can see that she's confident and very sure of herself, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is a little bit more difficult. That is your down from a distance. So you have your dog at your left, seated. You give her the stay command and you walk to the end of your training leash. And this is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command, and that was perfectly done. That is your down from a distance. Now we have demonstrated for you your heel, your automatic sit, your stay, your down from a distance, and your come. These are the foundation exercises that she's learned while she's been here. She's gotten so much more independent. We really love her and we're very proud of her. She's done a great job here at school. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.